I have to thank Grim for letting me do this guest video, and I got to know his work from the Gamergate book that he released, and I would recommend everyone in his audience to actually buy it because it's really interesting, and it gives some really good insight into just Gamergate and backstory and kind of an introduction to all of it. And what I wanted to talk about is actually Gamergate and people just wanting to resurrect the corpse, which you could claim that Gamergate is now, and wanted to return because I did a stream about Daily Wire's I would call it a hit piece on gaming, where this guy just used anecdotes, actually managed not to cite any real studies to debunk the claim that games make you violent or aren't healthy for you, because there are so many benefits when you play games. And we have Jack Thompson now. He's also come out as well to say that video games make you violent again. Now, this is quite interesting because Gamergate was started because of the far left going after games, calling them sexist, racist, transphobic, and all sorts of things, and calling also gamers that. And now it's actually the left and the right attacking games at the same time. The headline of this piece is called "The Connection Between School Massacres and Violent Video Games," released 20th of March on this year, 2018, and on Washington Examiner. And he goes back to the well of that, again, having the same arguments that he had almost 20 years ago. Well, it is 20 years ago now, because he's been the right, far right, at least authoritarian right, have gone after games since the 90s with Mortal Kombat, GTA, and all of that. And it is quite an interesting time now in 2018, almost 4 years after Gamergate started. They still want to poke the bear, which is Gamergate, because Gamergate, or gamers in general, just want to be left alone, and we want to play our video games. And all Gamergate actually wanted was to have ethical reporting on games in general, and for the gaming industry not to be political and insert in this case far left extremist views in games, and forcing and shaming developers to put or have some agenda in a game. And with the right now, with Trump and Jack Thompson, and also with Washington Examiner and Daily Wire going after games, it is really, really frustrating to see these people constantly attack video games because there are so many other factors than video games that are the cause of it. And video games have been proven time and time again that they don't cause violence, and it actually has more benefits compared to what you could actually get. And there are, of course, very sad cases of addiction, but that is not the cause of the video game. That is with the person itself. And people are still poking the Gamergate bear, or the corpse, which you could also call it, and wanted to return for what I see. I'm gonna link the article below if you're interested in this Jack Thompson piece, but it is just interesting that constantly video games get this scapegoat, or become the scapegoat of everything, of these authoritarian people on the left and on the right. and people just need to speak out. And we see the game industry as well trying to get away with very, very bad practices, like the Star Wars Battlefront 2 debacle with the loot boxes, where the government is actually stepping in and trying to regulate stuff, which is also not a good idea, because ESRB are not doing their jobs. So all in all, video games, you should voice your opinion to the people who matter. Either it's the games journalists, the outlets, the people writing these hit pieces, because they are hit pieces, and also the companies. Call them out for their crap, because at the end of the day, your click or your money or your time all matter. They matter to the companies, because at the end of the day, they want your time or your money. And if you don't give them that, they will stop posting this crap. And letting Jack Thompson have this antiquated view in 2019, of course, he has his free speech. I would never advocate for censorship in for anyone or against anyone. And we saw this stuff with Count Dankula. It's a very dangerous thing to do when you start censoring people because of jokes or whatever. So that's basically just my kind of view on things lately, because just keep an eye. If you love games, keep an eye on stuff. Be critical. Share your opinion. Be loud, even though we live in these times where censorship is pretty regular everywhere, with Twitter censoring everyone, with Facebook being censorious, YouTube demonetizing, age restricting, and putting videos in restricted mode. So yeah, just in general, the way to fight censorship in general is not with less speech, it's with more speech, and to debunk this stuff with the opinion and also with facts, because these people don't care about facts. They care all about the feelings. So yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and thank you to Grim for hosting this video on his channel. So thank you very much.